hello, and welcome to Community Housing Partnership's 30th birthday bash. Yeah, this is it. It's the first ever virtual edition of A Night with the Stars. Now, 2020, as you know, has been a weird year, to say the least. We're so glad this event is finally happening because this year is our 30th birthday. And we think it calls for a very special celebration, and that's what we're going to do. As many of you know, we originally planned to hold this event in March, but we had to find a new way to do it because of the pandemic. But going virtual, as we're doing right now, has given us some exciting opportunities for this, and one of which is to share this event with people around the country and all over the world. So we're sending right now a very special hello to you, wherever you are. We are so glad that you're here. And one of the exciting changes is we get to show off some of our homes throughout the city to give you a peek at where our residents live. Now, I'm coming to you live right now from Rachel Townsend residence. Look around. Isn't this beautiful? It's a beautiful place. This building was renovated in 2018. It provides 97 homes for our residents. And tonight, you'll also get a look at our Zygmunt Arendt house and Arnett Watson residence. All right, as we dive into this very full, very exciting program for the evening, I want to let you know, very important, you can donate using the buttons you see under the live stream video on the webpage, or you can do it by way of text. You can text to the Text to Give number you see at the bottom of the screen. That number is home 30 44321. And you can give and give and give and give and have fun giving. Now, as we move through the program, you're going to see how important, how impactful your donations can be in helping to transform the lives of our residents. So please give as generously as you can. And now, let the fun begin. I mean, really let the fun begin. First, we're going to let you hear from a few of the incredible Community Housing Partnership staff members who've been working so hard through some really tough, challenging times to continue supporting our residents and who are ready to party tonight.
Community Housing Partnership, what's up? Happy 30th birthday. I remember my 30th birthday. That's a great time. Congrats!
Happy birthday, CHP! Congratulations to you on this very big occasion. I wish you another year of strong leadership and more ways to keep the residents at CHP feeling hopeful and resilient.
Happy birthday, Community Housing Partnership. I'm wishing you another 30 years of ensuring housing is a human right.
Happy birthday, CHP. Call me when the cake's ready.
Happy birthday, Community Housing Partnership. Happy 30 years.
Happy birthday, Community Housing Partnership, and wishing you 30 more years of supporting our community and residents.
Happy birthday, CHP. It's Danielle from the Real Estate Development Team, and we're both celebrating our 30th this month. And I look forward to many more with my awesome coworkers and our great residents.
And I get to throw in my happy 30th to CHP as well. We have a very special guest right there. He just popped by to say hello, help us kick off this wonderful celebration. He's District 6 Supervisor Matt Haney, a good man, a good friend. Many of the Community Housing Partnership homes are within Matt's district. You're a longtime supporter of the organization. And Matt, we're so glad that you fit it into your schedule to be here tonight to be a part of this 30th anniversary celebration.
Of course. Thank you, Dave. I would not miss it. This is always one of my favorite events of the years and such a celebration. I just want to give a huge shout out to everyone who is out there watching. A happy birthday, Community Housing Partnership. I want to thank the staff who we just got to hear from, who do extraordinary, caring work for our residents here, everyone who has donated, all the partners, and I want to give a special shout out to the residents. One of the things that we get to see always at this event each year is how talented and how extraordinary and how dynamic and how caring the residents of CHP are. And I get to see that firsthand because I actually live in the Tenderloin. I walk around, they stop me on the street, they always got something to say to me. And what I am always appreciative of about Community Housing Partnership is this is a community of folks. It's not just housing. It's a place that is an oasis that includes emotional, social support, friends. Many of our buildings have children. This is about actually having an oasis, which includes housing. And so I'm so appreciative of all of the support that this organization provides, especially right now. I think this is a time when all of us are realizing how blessed and lucky we are, those of us who do have housing, and we know that it's something that every single person deserves. Every single person in our community, in our city, deserves to have a place to call home, a safe place to call home, and we're so grateful that for 30 years, CHP has been doing that for so many people, and we know that they're going to go for another 30. I'm not going to sing happy birthday because there are, I'm sure, much more talented residents of CHP who are going to do that for you all later, but I am just grateful to be here and above all to say thank you. Thank you to everyone who has contributed for the last 30 and for everyone who contributes every day and for the next 30 and beyond. And thank you, Dave.
On behalf of everybody, we appreciate you being who you are and where you are and your support for CHP. Thank you, Matt.
Absolutely.
Supervisor
Thank you.
Matt
Happy
Haney.
birthday.
Yes. All right, now, our first performer of the evening, a beautiful young lady, Ariel Bowser, right now is a resident in our 5th Street residence. She's only 26. She's our youngest performer tonight, but she's great. And you can't help but like her, love her, and enjoy her. She's so positive, she's so upbeat, and incredibly talented. Ariel is pursuing a career in music, and I want you to check out her coming Christmas EP. It's on Spotify, and here now, performing an original song. It's called Keep On. Here is Ariel B.
I became houseless because issues with my immediate family caused me to be living from pillow to post. And I didn't have a stable housing for a while. And then my godmom kind of finally just grabbed me, took me in. I was living on her couch for a while. And then finally, CHP. She helped me to figure out the application, Community Housing Partnership application. And I feel I'm grateful because now I actually have a home instead of, you know, when you're kind of displaced, you're just kind of living on the edge, right? Day to day, not really knowing what's going to happen next, not really knowing where things are going to come from next. And while, you know, your 20s are kind of rough in general, so Community Housing Partnership has definitely been there to aid me in figuring out ways to, like, be able to at least have an income while being able to, you know, pay rent and everything like that as well. I definitely got help with, like, resume stuff. Definitely this particular show, being able to cultivate my talent. It makes me feel like inspired and it makes me feel independent to be able to have Community Housing Partnership there. That's a huge thing that you need. You need to, for working, like you need to have like a stable peace of mind where I could just be calm and I could sing and listen to music as loud as I want and, you know, kind of just learn and develop, you know, and have a sense of independency. I truly believe that if I did not have my art, my singing capability, my writing capability, I don't know if I would actually be here because it allows me to thrive and survive. I get to tell my story. I get to connect with a larger audience, you know, of community that have also been through similar things. So I get to empathize with people and I get to make people happy. Like, what's the best part of that?
Sometimes it's hard to sleep at night, worried about some fears inside, but I'll keep going. The tears never subside my eyes, fill my heart with something sad. It leaves me aching, but my faith never wavers. It's the light that keeps me favored at all times. At all times, I gotta say it's been a battle, but no one said it would be easy. I just gotta keep my hopes high. No one said it would be breezy. I just keep on. 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 Ooh. Sometimes my back's against the wall. Keep my head high through the rainfall. It ignites my fire. I'm here because of those that held me down when I was low. I've straightened my crown. Let me know I was a queen. I gotta say it's been a battle, but no one said it would be easy. I just gotta keep my hopes high. No one said it would be breezy. I just keep on. 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 Ooh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Ooh, yeah, yeah. Everything I am is not just for some fame, some fame. Everything I am is not just for some fame. It's for we. I gotta say it's been a battle, but no one said it would be easy. I just gotta keep my hopes high. No one said it would be breezy. I just keep on. 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 Ooh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Ooh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Ooh, yeah. I just keep on.
Brava. She's talented and beautiful. Ariel B., thank you. Well, Community Housing Partnership's new CEO is Rick Aubrey, and he joined the organization just about a year ago, November 2019. We're so glad he's finally getting to experience his first A Night with the Stars. And he's here tonight to help us say thank you to you, to all of you who've supported this event so generously, even during some strange, tough times. And after Rick, we're going to get to hear from some of the special people as they join in the birthday celebrations with us.
Hi, I'm Rick Aubrey, the CEO of Community Housing Partnership, and I'm so glad that you're joining us for our virtual A Night with the Stars. Many of you who have supported us for many years have been very happy to come and party with us as we do at the Green Room. This is an unusual year, and so we're coming to you in a very unusual way through the magic of a virtual getting together. We're so happy to be doing it because the artists who perform for you here from Community Housing Partnership, we're eager to join you, and you'll get a chance to see folks giving their performances. The whole point of A Night with the Stars is to celebrate the work we do at Community Housing Partnership, and this year in particular is very important to us because it's our 30th anniversary. You're actually going to hear from some of the founders of the organization during the evening, and you'll just get a sense of the history of the organization as well as learn about what we're currently doing now in some of our buildings, what we're hoping to do in the future, and you'll be a part of the support for our being able to do that work. In particular, A Night with the Stars is a chance to celebrate the artists who live in our buildings, the staff who work with us every day in our buildings, and you, the sponsors and supporters of the organization. I do want to give a particular shout out this year to the heroes who work on the front lines of Community Housing Partnership. This was a tough year throughout the world. and our heroes who were essential workers were coming to work every day, keeping our residents safe, keeping our buildings open, making sure that we could continue to provide our services. So a particular shout out to all of the folks who were on the front lines of Community Housing Partnership. Night with the Stars is also a chance for us to thank those of you who have supported the organization, some of you over many, many years. And so tonight in particular, I want to thank 3 of the sponsors. First of all, our platinum sponsor, Janice Berthold of Heffernan Insurance. Janice has been a supporter of the organization for many, many years, supporting us at the platinum level this year, and we're very grateful for her work. We also have 2 of our silver sponsors with us tonight. First, in terms of longevity, is Cahill Construction. It's now 17 years that Cahill Construction has been one of our partners for A Night with the Stars. We're very grateful they signed up again this year, and we're really glad that they're a partner with us. We also are happy to welcome a newer silver partner to our work, and that's Facebook. And so Facebook has become one of our sponsors this year at a silver level, and we're very grateful for their work as well. Many of you on the call are also sponsors, and we're very grateful for all of the work and support that you provide for us, either as volunteers or as donors or just wise community members helping us do our work better. But enough from me. I think you're more interested in hearing a little bit more about the history of the organization, getting a chance to see the performers and our residents. So let me turn this back over to Dave Clark, and I'll be joining you shortly. Thank you so much.
Hello, Jan Berthold with Heffernan Insurance Brokers. I would just like to raise a toast to CHP and congratulate you on your 30th birthday. It's so amazing what you do and how successful you've been all these years in helping those less fortunate, helping them with housing, helping them with mental health, helping them find jobs. So congratulations, and here's to another 30 years. Again, Jan Berthold with Heffernan. Thank you for all you do.
My name's Chuck Pally. I'm with Cahill Contractors. This is the project team for Mission Bay South, Block 9 project that we're doing with CHP. And I want to introduce our team. We've got Jackie, Tim, Neil, and Eric. So we love working with CHP. We want to wish them a happy birthday. They're an unbelievable organization. So on a count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday, CHP!
Hi, I'm Thomas Lee with Facebook. Thank you to the Community Housing Partnership for serving the most vulnerable people for the last 30 years. Your mission is more urgent than ever during this pandemic. Facebook values your partnership and your commitment to building community and a future for the Bay Area where all people have the opportunity to thrive. We're committed to working alongside you and celebrate the lives that you have uplifted and all the people you have housed in San Francisco. Thank you and congratulations.
To another 30 years of making homes for people. Happy anniversary, CHP.
Partnership.
Day Community Housing Partnership.
Happy 30 years, Community Housing Partnership.
Happy birthday, Community Housing Partnership. I want to congratulate you on 30 years of helping homeless people secure housing and become self-sufficient. And I want to wish you another successful 30 years of providing high-quality supportive housing and wraparound services to individuals, families, and young adults here in San Francisco who are experiencing homelessness. Community Housing Partnership, happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Community Housing Partnership. I wanted to wish you a wonderful 30th anniversary. This is an amazing milestone for the organization, but it's also a bittersweet one because it's a reminder that for 30 years, we faced the challenges of homelessness and we still have not solved them. But I know in my heart of hearts that with continued hard work from Community Housing Partnership and our supporters, there will come a day when we've won that fight and we've gotten people off the streets, gotten them housed, and gotten them fulfilling lives and livelihoods. So here's to 30 years of success and many, many more years of success doing what we do so well. Thank you, Community Housing Partnership.
See, that's what I'm saying. That was great. I think it's fair to say this party is officially underway. We're running now. Don't forget, you can join our sponsors and our hosts in supporting Community Housing Partnership now by donating using the buttons below, or you can do it through the text to give number. Text HOME30 to 44321. You'll be guided through the donation process. And just keep donating, keep donating. Now, to keep the party going, we're going to head over to the courtyard at Arnett Watson Apartments. We're going to hear from our next performer. His name is Rex Pembroke. Now, Rex has made a home at our 666 Ellis residence for 7 years now. Now, even though he's already an experienced musician and songwriter, Rex is actually taking music classes at City College, which are provided free to our residents as a direct result of the advocacy effort spearheaded by our public policy and community organizing program. Bravo to them. So look, without any further ado, here is Rex, and Rex is performing one of his own original songs.
I got juked out of my job. It sent me into a tizzy of mental insecurity, not knowing what to do, not wanting to go for the job. This is my career, and I lose this job and I get fired from it. I can't even use this job as a job reference. At my age, I signed up at 440 Turk Street about maybe 10 or 12 years ago when I was having a battle with homeless, and before I got my job at the Marriott. And they told me I was number 6,009. It would be several years to get up there. So I wrote it off, went back to work, did my thing. I've probably moved 15 times since I applied for that. Sometimes I moved into a car, sometimes into an All-Star Donuts or whatever, but like 2 months later, I had a heart attack and died. They had to put a stent in my heart and defibrillate me back to life. I was sick of being out on the street. I was sick of the way I was treated at work. I've tried and tried to be a decent citizen and do things good, and I just was in a lot of pain. A friend of mine said to me, he goes, you know what? Every time you get turned out of a job or you lose a friend or whatever, that's God telling you to do something else. So my Masonic fraternity reached out to me. I'm a Freemason. And one of the Freemason brothers said, dude, you need to get Masonic Outreach to help you because you are totally qualified. HIV, diabetic, heart attack guy? There's like, how many more people, how many more things do you have to have? Do you have to be dead on a stretcher before they'll let you in? And what made me feel great was my Masonic Outreach, reaching out and doing the extra legwork. Otherwise, I would have given up. I probably would have died that year. I probably would have died. I would have committed suicide. I was at the end. I love everything about CHP, because getting a place to live, not having to stay out all night, rent a cheap car from like City Car Share for $2 an hour, not have to beg a friend to sleep on his couch, not have to hang out in All-Star Donuts, not have to do anything stupid or just not have anywhere to go and just mope around the streets for 2 or 3 hours in the middle of the night. Beatrice was a lady and a queen. But she was spinning around, drunk as a clown, stepping on Alice's toes. So out she goes. Into the dark of night. Has all the rights, telling lies to all the left. She can't be left in the hen house, self-proclaimed the queen of the room. Russian shrew. from her grave. She blamed Dee Dee for the theft as we begin to make the quest. House's walls are all we met. She locked the doors on all the floors. Ignore the calls to review the tapes. They tell us whom stole the flowers off of Minell Goldenberg's grave. Whom stole the flowers off of Minell Goldenberg's grave. Beatrice was a lady and a queen. Dee Dee was the slave name given by an immigrant, rebuked by Beatrice, the queen of the roost.
Sing that song, Rex. Thank you. Well, welcome back here to Rachel Townsend. Up next for you, you will get to hear a fantastic performer, Jutapon Shallow Sheep, our star this evening. Now, some of you may recognize Jutapon from last year. We're so lucky to have her back. She came back and agreed to perform this year, and she's going to share her story with you. Now, Jutapon has made her home at Arnett Watson for 4 years with her son Douglas, but I'm not going to tell you much more. I really want you to hear it from her. She has a powerful story of transformation, and I want you to hear her performing from the garden at the Zygmunt Arendt House. Enjoy.
I was born in Bangkok, Thailand, and I moved to America in the late 1980s to a family of restaurant owners. We're all here. We're all in the East Bay. I don't know where they are. They haven't told me. I haven't really seen them. Well, my dad especially really believed in education. He really believed in order to make it in America, you have to be educated. You know, I tried to excel at San Francisco State. I got too comfortable with the whole living on your own, being independent. And then I got pregnant with my first son. So I had to make a choice at that time, whether I was going to be a mom or I was going to continue with my education. It was a hard decision. It was a decision that I had to make that nobody else in the family was supporting, but I felt like it was a great, I made the great choice, my first son, Damon, and so I had to leave college, but I remember telling myself that I would never, ever stop pursuing my education, even though I stopped at the time. So after I had the baby, I was still going to community colleges. I went to like 5 different colleges. But in 2001, I also found out that I was pregnant again with my second son this was in the beginning of my drug addiction. And so when I went into rehab, that's when I found out I was pregnant. And so I was trying to do that, you know, getting my life back together, not knowing that that addiction was gonna take me to a different, you know, trajectory of my life, because I always grew up believing that I was never going to be that person. Like, it would never happen to me. Well, while I was getting the AA, while I had the 2 sons, I'm working 2 jobs at the restaurant and at 24 Hour Fitness. Being a mom, going to school, you know, and then working 2 jobs. But somewhere along the line, it was just so much pressure. And I made that big mistake, and if I could go back, I definitely would go back because I really missed out on being a mother. I am a mother of 6 boys. My 3 boys, Albert, Judson, and James, I had on the street of San Francisco. Yeah, it was a hard lesson to learn. You know, even though I graduated my BA, I've been successful raising my son. All my 5 boys just don't want to have anything to do with me, and that's a hard pill to swallow. Just came to a point where I was just dependent of the drug. I believe that homelessness is an experience because before I thought it was just something that defines me and just a way of life. And I was really at the point where after 15 years, you're like, okay, I'm okay with living on the street and dying on the street. I'm happy, you know, because you have to meet yourself where you are. You know, just going through life and just living day by day and not knowing if I'm gonna wake up the next day or not. It's different. I started my housing at Civic Center, the stabilization program, which I was honored to have had San Francisco Police Department, Sue Lavin, who's now retired, who gave me the opportunity. She told me at that time, she said, either you go to jail for a long time or I'm gonna put you in an SRO. But she said, you know, I really believe you can do it and that you deserve this chance, because I was always one of those homeless people who always worked. From stabilization, once you complete it, you get guaranteed permanent housing. There was no guarantee on the stabilization program. You know, if your case manager didn't like you, if you didn't pass the inspection, you know, every day can be, the next day you can be kicked out. So in 2014 in August, I'm talking to God, and I remember, and I said, you know, God, wouldn't it be nice if you could just bless me with one more baby? Because I promise you, I would do right. I just want to know what it feels like to be a mom. Once I had the baby, ECS at the Crosby told me right away, listen, you're not qualified for our program anymore. I'm sorry. Single room occupancy means single room occupancy. And because I'm gonna have a baby, I no longer qualify. So I had a really good case manager, Andrew. He got me into the Arnett Watson apartment. I said, oh my God, just the sound of apartment, because a single room occupancy is just a room. An apartment is a room, a bathroom, a kitchen, a living room. So once I got to the Arnett Watson, because I was housed, I was able to bring my son home, because I was unable to do that for my second, third, and fourth, Albert, Judson, and James, or Thomas and James. I got to take the baby home for the first time, and it was just, that to me was my biggest success today. The ability to take that little baby home and be a mom. I felt like, for the first time in my life, that I felt joy. I got the ability to be a mother for the first time, and it's because of Community Housing Partnership. And I really am, there's not enough money in the world that I can repay them for what they've given me. And if all I am in this life is a good mother, then that's success for me. But I never thought that I would ever have the ability to live this life the way that I have today. And that's what Community Housing Partnership has done for me. You know, I knew that I wanted to go back to college and get my degree, but I knew that I had to start somewhere. Ask them to help me to get a job. So they did that. And the best thing that Community Housing Partnership case management did for me in that moment was referred me to Dress for Success San Francisco, who I am a part of today. So once I got to Dress for Success and I got my first suiting, I remember the first time they suited me in a black suit because I needed the black uniform. And I remember looking at myself for the first time in the mirror. It was the first time I said to myself, oh my God, you're beautiful. For the first time in my life, I really felt like I was beautiful. Like I remember just standing there, just smiling at myself because I just couldn't believe it was me. Once I started with the first job, I just went out of control. I just started going to more jobs, and at the end of the year, I think I had 8 jobs because I'm a gig worker. So I had, I had to apply for different jobs, but every job I went, I got it. You know, getting the job and working for a year, I said, okay, I think I'm ready to go back and finish what I started since 1996. My dad passed from leukemia while I was homeless, but yeah, I know that his dying wish was to see me graduate college, and I'm very excited that I was able to do this for him now. So yes, I'm the COVID 2020 graduating class at San Francisco State University. Go Gators, I love that school. What CHP, Community Housing Partnership, has given me is my family back. You know, the ability, I met my first son, Damon, for the first time last year when he reached out to me. And so because of Night of the Stars, I was able to audition and make it through, and I was able to see my mom for the first time since 2002. I had not seen my mom, and I think it was really important for my mom to see me in real life and see my son, you know, have my son there, to just say, listen, you know, your mom did all those things, but she inside is still a good person.
Some say love, it is a river that drowns the tender reed. Some say love, it is a razor that leaves your soul to bleed. Some say love, it is a hunger, an endless aching need. I say love, it is the flower, and you, it's only seed. It's the heart afraid of breaking that never learns to dance. It's the dream afraid of waking that never takes the chance. It's the one who won't be taken, who cannot seem to give, and the soul afraid of dying that never learns to live. When the night has been too lonely and the road has been too long, and you think that love is only for the lucky and the strong, just remember, in the winter, far beneath the bitter snow, lies the sea there with the sun's love. In the spring becomes the road.
Wow. Thank you so much, Dutha Porn, Ariel, and Rex for those amazing performances. Dutha Porn, your story is incredible. And we're so grateful to you for sharing that with all of us. Hi there, I'm Greg Miller, President of the Board of Directors of Community Housing Partnership. And I thank all of you for attending this evening and supporting us in our ongoing efforts to get people off the streets. And I thank all of you for attending this evening and supporting the services they need to allow them to move forward in life.
And I'm Jan Berthold with Heffernan Insurance Brokers, the platinum sponsor for this year's event. I'm part of the advisory circle for Community Housing Partnership, and I'm a long-term supporter of the organization. I'm so glad to be here tonight. As we spend tonight celebrating 3 decades of Community Housing Partnership, I want to take a moment to share with you why I'm a supporter of this incredible organization. Can you imagine what it would be like to be homeless? To not have a place to go home to at night? That's why I'm a supporter of Community Housing Partnership.
As I watch these performances tonight and hear these stories with more to come this evening, I'm reminded of why I support Community Housing Partnership. And it's because of the incredible work it does to uplift its residents, to give them opportunities and a meaningful life with stabilized housing and the opportunities that come with it. I'm so proud of the organization, and I'm so proud to be a part of it, and I'm so grateful for all of the support we hope to get from you tonight in our donation request.
As you hear the inspiring stories and amazing performances from some of our residents, I urge you to please donate whatever you can to Community Housing Partnership. I know this has been a challenging year for everyone. We've all felt it, but anything you can give makes a huge difference. You can donate by using the buttons below or by texting HOME30, that's HOME 30, to 44321. That's HOME 30 to 44321. With your help, Community Housing Partnership will be able to continue transforming lives for another 30 years. Thank you.
Thanks, Jan, and thanks to all of you. And now, back to Dave to introduce our special guest of the evening.
Yes, very, very special. And thank you again for all of your generosity in supporting Community Housing Partnership. It means so much. We have endless gratitude for your willingness to step in, be a part of transforming lives of your neighbors in San Francisco through supportive housing. It means so much. Now, in just a minute, we're going to hear from a very special guest whose powerful story shows you just how much access to supportive housing can really change a life. But please keep the donations coming as we continue with our program this evening. Help us reach our goal, $30,000, celebrating 30 years of Community Housing Partnership. We can do this. Now, our special guest is coming tonight all the way from down under. He is D Minor. He's a 24-year-old international recording and performing artist from Sydney, Australia. What a story. He knows about the real struggles of homelessness. He once experienced a homelessness after living through a really tough childhood. His musical talent began at an early age when he found himself writing rap lyrics as he was being shuffled between foster homes. And his love, his passion for music became his salvation. But with the help of some other people who mean a lot, he has risen up to become a very successful musical artist that he is today. And talking with Community Housing Partnership Board member Sheila Aharoni, here is D Minor.
Daniel, D, it's so exciting to see you today. Thanks for joining us all the way from Sydney.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be able to jump on here and talk from across the globe.
Your song Concrete Pillow really resonated with me, and I'm really excited that you're here to share your story and your songs with Community Housing Partnership. So it probably would be logical to ask you about your journey here. What brought you here?
Firstly, just growing up, I experienced homelessness from the age of 11. I spent nights on the streets. I used to sleep next to bakeries for warmth. I used to sleep in sand ditches in golf courses, with my twin brother. And I guess that was something that I became independent very fast. I grew up very fast. I was placed in a variety of foster homes and in refuges, and just got bounced between just all over Sydney, here in Australia, just between different, different homes. And I feel like it was very, very difficult having to constantly move, constantly be placed in different places, spending nights in different accommodation. Throughout that whole time, music was something that I loved and I latched onto. It was like therapy for me, being able to escape, write lyrics and throw on headphones, just escape for the world. And I guess it helped me survive throughout that whole period. Helped me survive.
Once you had stable housing, how did that change your life?
just be able to feel at home, I guess, have a home, have a place to call home, being able to come back to somewhere and just write music and just be in that moment and be free. And then I guess that's where I kind of started writing the song Concrete Pillow. That was my way of just kind of expressing to myself and to the world an outlet of what I was going through. But being able to have stable accommodation was something that was extremely important. I guess a priority for me was just being able to have somewhere to call home, especially after being shuffled between so many places every night. Yeah.
What do you think, what the benefit of supportive housing, how would that have changed your life at an earlier age?
I guess having that stability in your life, feeling more confident in yourself, being able to, for me, I guess then start pursuing music a bit more. But yeah, just I guess having somewhere to call home was important. Yeah.
When people support organizations like community housing partnerships, what kind of difference will that make in their lives?
Having somewhere that they can, I guess, be in their own in their own zone, in their own moment, because it's not just, I feel like, the housing, it's being able to support in other areas of life as well, like getting a career, helping pursue the dream, but I feel like that's a foundation, having a stable home and just somewhere to come back at night and having a safe home.
Thank you so much again for participating in this annual fundraiser. I look forward to meeting you in person one of these days.
Yeah.
And before we go, do you have any final words to our audience?
Yeah, I guess for everyone that's performing tonight, I know that it's a hard thing being able to go up there on stage and being able to share, but I feel like just getting out of your comfort zone and just being confident and practicing is definitely a great attribute to have. But just like I've been able to, I guess, pursue my dreams and have a stable home. I know that everyone out there, that your support can make a difference, and it's individuals like you which have helped change my life and transform that. I'm super grateful to be in this position, and there's so many young people that are in similar situations to mine and even worse off. So it's your support that can make that world of a difference.
Thank you again.
Thank you for having me.
So build me up and take me home. I leave behind this concrete pillow.
I know it's hard to see the future and imagine it's bright. I have dimmed my lights down, I keep crashing at night. Every foster home I'm rusted and I'm highly distorted. The pain ain't going nowhere, I don't try to avoid it. Adapted to nightmares, so it is hard to stay focused. Homie, I've been homeless, I struggle to know what hope is. Told my bro, hold tight, a cold night and I hate it. Sleep through the horrors though, not to know if I make it. Used to scrunch up newspapers, stuck it under my jacket. Underneath the layers, homie, I was broken and damaged. Often wondered what happened, if I'm loving and happy. I'm not used to that though, I am destruction and havoc. Sometimes it's too much to bear, can you carry my load? I know the streets snatch you up, so we rarely die old. I used to sleep next to bakeries to gain some warmth. Kinda crazy how you saved me in the heart of the storm.
So build me up and take me home. I'll leave behind this concrete pillow. So build me up and take me home. I'll leave behind this concrete pillow.
My decisions are haunting me, I am staring at fate. And you ain't missing much than watching me deteriorate. Like an undeveloped form which was born for life. Instead, tortured in darkness and torn from light. And my burden is so heavy that my neck is weak. Use concrete as a pillow, yes, I slept on streets. And I don't understand why it's rest in peace. Even though it ain't an option for most that live deceased. I can greet you with a smile while I'm calling your name. Underneath my grin, homie, there is torture and pain. And the burden I'm carrying is now a ball and chain. I often run in sunshine, then I walk in rain. It's the tune that soothes me, it pours like medicine. My music can tell my story more than I ever can. I ain't trying to get sympathy or blow up my chest. It's the only way, homie, I release all my stress.
So good, so good. You know, it's always so powerful to hear about how something as simple as supportive housing can really change someone's life. And what's even more powerful is knowing the Community Housing Partnership has been doing it for 3 decades. 3 decades. Thank you to all of you who've already given tonight in supporting our mission. Let's keep the donations coming. Come on, keep them coming. Use the buttons below, or you can use the text to give number. Text HOME 30 to 44321, and you can make a donation right now. Now, in light of the celebration of our 30th birthday, we recently sat down with some of the founders and the early partners of the organization, talking about where it all began and to reflect on the success we've seen and the path forward as we look towards 30 more years.
Our organization has been around for 40 years now as a coalition of affordable housing developers, and in the course of that time there have been a couple of times when we as a coalition of housing developers have partnered with others to create new organizations to fulfill a need. And kind of in its inception, Choo-Choo was a lot about organizations that came out of the civil rights movement, out of fights against urban renewal, to stabilize particular geographic communities. And one of the things that did not exist was an organization dealing specifically with folks coming out of homelessness.
And today, we're continuing to build capacity of organizations to do new kinds of work that are in different kinds of neighborhoods where there isn't current organizational capacity. That all comes out of the community and out of Choo-Choo and our member organizations. So it's a very self-generating kind of capacity building that CHP is kind of a model for.
Poor people don't need others to do for them. They need opportunities to be able to do for themselves. And if rich people can run housing organizations, so can poor people. And we had a firm belief system that given the training, given the resources, we could create a housing corporation, because the only answer to homelessness is a home, that we could create an organization that infuses its belief system that people are of value to the organization. They're not a drain on an organization. They're not a client, they're a community member. And that you just believe that system, you incorporate that into your founding genes, and it becomes transparent through everything you do moving forward.
Community Housing Partnership has grown, and what that means is a lot more housing units for folks. Why do we have rising homelessness? Rising rents. So how do we address it? We bring down the rents, right, and solve housing that way. So that's really what's going to have to happen, and you bring down the rents through subsidies, because in this system of a basic human right like housing being a profit, you have to alter that and make it so that you can have an organization like Community Housing Partnership where people are not profiting off of this fundamental human right.
And so we built it into the founding structure that this organization, when it develops housing, is going to be developing housing for the poorest people in our community. That's what we're here for. That's what we were created to do. And how we see those folks and how we interact with those folks, those are values we added to it.
But the layers of involvement that CHP invests in the residents and in the larger community building, as Fernanda pointed out, is truly significant. It takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of money, it takes a lot of staff commitment, it takes a lot of patience. But that's the sort of comprehensive approach, and it's the investment in human capacity building versus just creating a unit of housing and hoping for the best. It's a model, supportive housing model that Community Housing Partnership was built around that's not necessarily widely understood or even widely accepted. There's a certain tendency now in the kind of political and public conversation to let's just get people off the streets, as opposed to let's really create a transformative opportunity. And in order to do something like that, you have to have the kind of investment and the comprehensive approach that CHP has brought to the field.
Part of Community Housing Partnership's model is the permanence of it. Acquiring property, and it's forever in the interest of the low-income people, the extremely impoverished people who are benefited by that, the formerly unhoused folks that need that. And it has to be permanent, because that's what systemic change is about. You have to have these institutions that truly address the disparities that exist between incomes and what the cost of living is. And that is not a temporary thing.
They are actually creating change. This is about addressing, structural inequities and not just simply running up the middle. It's important to be an activist organization, and that's where CHP is, and it's a good place to be.
It's great that it's been able to grow so much, but it's also limited the funding opportunities. And so the staff have to really hustle to get the financing together, because the federal government isn't investing in housing at this level. And that's where the organizing arm is so important. That's where the community piece of Community Housing Partnership is so important, that this is a community. This isn't a corporation.
Fascinating to see. That's the foundation. They are the foundation. Incredible. Now, our next performer knows a lot about the evolution of Community Housing Partnership. Along with being a resident, David Elliott Lewis. I call him the man with the hat. He's also on the board of directors of the organization. He took part in a night of with the stars several years ago. That's where I saw him. He's back now to share a spoken word piece about his life and about the comfort he receives from knowing he has a home.
CHP has helped me in a lot of ways. It's been great having their resident services department to be sort of like on-site case managers. That they're not intrusive, but they're ready to help when you want them or need them. Even for the little things I needed, like getting my paperwork for renewal and recertification done, for dealing with various government agencies. They weren't intrusive, but they were helpful, and helpful right when I needed help. And so I'm grateful for them. I think when I first entered, they were called tenant services, and now they're called resident services. It's still the same thing, and it's been really helpful. The other helpful program is their core program, their community organizing and resident engagement, that let me work with other residents, other tenants, to learn about how to do community organizing and to actually just do it, learn through doing and do through learning. Because I know what it's like to be unhoused, and it's a scary experience, and it's a threatening experience to not be able to have the security and safety of a locked door to sleep behind. Yes, I will admit that I started to grow discouraged. I started to wonder, would I ever find the security of a house again? Would I ever find the security of a home again? And finally, my number came up. I felt like it was a blessing from the heavens, a blessing from God. What an act of unexpected good fortune. After a year, I was growing discouraged, and I didn't think I would get this kind of miraculous benefit. And it wasn't just any place. It was a nice space. It was a nice home. It was a nice place. My own clean apartment with my own bathroom and a little kitchen area where I can prepare food. I was so grateful for all of that. I was on the top floor of the building, facing out to the street. So I had a little bit of a view on I was a corner apartment, 2 sides with windows. And it was mine. There was nobody above me because I was on the top floor, which meant no footsteps above. Those are little things, but all those little things add up to make a space more livable. I was thrilled. This piece I wrote is called My Lucky 13. CHP, Community Housing Partnership. It's a community that came together 3 decades ago to give a home to those who most needed it. A home to me. CHP, what a remarkable thing it is. 30 years of growth and success, and 13 of those years in my life, from 2007 to 2020 to this year, it sheltered, it stabilized, it helped me. CHP, it gave me the foundation to rebuild, to reinforce, to fortify. I am grateful for that. Words can't really do justice for the help that I received. The year was 2007, and I had a locked door. I can't say enough about what that meant, to feel safe again, to be able to close my eyes and sleep through the night behind the safety of a locked door, something we all take for granted, something even I take for granted now. But back then, in 2007, it was a miracle. It was a gift from the heavens. I only left my home to resupply the most basic needs. Yes, long before it was fashionable, I was sheltering in place. So what changed? Then it all changed. A chance encounter with an old friend changed it all. That friend was running for city supervisor of my district, and he asked for my help on his campaign. At that time, I had never volunteered for anything, not a political campaign, not a neighborhood watch, nothing. And yet, he had been my friend, and he had been a friend when I needed a friend most. So I thought I would repay the favor. I wanted to repay the favor. So I thought, yes, I will do it. I will take that risk and step outside my comfort zone to help out. And that changed everything, that act of stepping out and stepping into the world. And that was amazing, because suddenly my life wasn't about me, it was about my community. And that one shift, that shift of perspective, led to so much healing and so much self-development. That was both terrifying and thrilling and affirming. I never thought I would experience that. I never thought I would find those benefits again, but I did. And that was just the first act of my sort of opening up or blossoming from having sheltered in place for the first couple of years of residency in Community Housing Partnership. I'm still lucky. I still feel lucky to have such a wonderful home. I'm so grateful for what I have. I'm grateful for my health, my home, my friends, my family, my community, and most importantly, I'm grateful for life itself, for self-awareness, that daily gift that keeps on giving, of being self-aware, of having my five senses, of being able to engage all that's around me. Something that I had used to take for granted, but no longer do. I'm also grateful for Community Housing Partnership and everything it gave me, and for this 30th birthday celebration. What an event it is. And I'm also happy to be here and to meet all of you. I want to thank you so much for your time and attention. Happy birthday, CHP. My name is David Elliott Lewis, and I'm so thankful for my lucky 13.
Proud of you, David. David is one of the first people I met when I began doing CHP events. I remember meeting you. I'm proud of you. And I'm looking at the pictures you're taking of tonight's event too, David. Proud of you. Well, we're getting close to the end of this wonderful program tonight, but there's still time for you to donate, help us reach our goal of $30,000, and we can do it. Now, you can donate using the buttons that are under the video, or with the text to donate number, text HOME 30 to 44321. You can give right now. And thank you so much, and I really mean that. Thank you for what you've already donated tonight. Now, one thing that's really and critically important at Community Housing Partnership is that we make room to allow our residents to have a seat at the table in all the aspects of the work that happens here. That means not only including them in the celebrations of the 30th birthday, but also in creating a vision of the future. Now, before we hear our final performance of the evening, let's take a moment. I want you to hear from all of our performers one more time.
Happy birthday, Community Housing Partnership. Thank you guys so much for being a pillar of hope and help in this community. I wish you guys nothing but the best. Please continue to help. Please continue to be a huge support system for the community. Please continue to inspire. Thank you guys so much.
Happy birthday, Community Housing Partnership. I wish you so much, and I wish you another 30 years of success and growth. Hard times are coming. There's uncertain days ahead.
I hope that in these growing days of uncertainty and this crazy election that's about to befall us, that you continue to thrive and grow and help people like you've helped me. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Community Housing Partnership. We're here, they're there, we're here. Happy birthday.
Hi, I wanted to wish CHP a happy 30th birthday party bash. I find myself howling at the moon with my gratitude towards CHP for the years of support that they've given me. And my birthday wish for you guys is to keep doing it. Keep helping get people off the street that are homeless or disabled, senior people. A lot of people need a lot of help, and you guys are great at doing it. So I really want to thank you guys a lot. And with this in mind, God bless you.
Happy birthday, Community Housing Partnership. Keep giving hope to those who are experiencing homelessness by giving them a place that they could call home. Happy birthday.
Bravo, bravo. That was great. Our final performance of the evening comes from the Community Housing Partnership resident named Jerry Jones. Now, Jerry's been living right here at Rachel Townsend for 5 years. Now, he's been playing sax for 35 years. His incredible talent has given him a chance to play with some of the biggest names in jazz, like Herbie Lewis, Harry Connick Jr., John Lee Hooker, just to name a few. Tonight, he has put together the ultimate jazz jam session over at Zygmunt Aaron House. Now, as we head into this final performance of the evening, don't forget, make sure you donate, make sure you support Community Housing Partnership as we continue to provide supportive housing for residents like Jerry and all of our performers tonight. You can donate, again, using the buttons below, or use the text to give number. Text HOME 30 to 44321 and make a donation right now. And while you're donating, I enjoyed this 30th birthday worthy performance from King Dawood and the Unknown Giants, featuring our very own Jerry Jones.
I would tell people that I'm homeless, and they, nah, you know, just because I kept myself up. Lucky to be an artist that I can go play a little bit somewhere and get some money, food, and being homeless, man. Like, I thought about it as like you're miserable, and what I could say would save me was being an artist, and keeping myself up was like the hardest thing, and really having a place at night with sleep, you know, and use the bathroom. Tom Waddell was the ones really that got me into this. What, I think I was homeless for maybe a year or something, man. And I was like, oh, Lord have mercy, you know, it's like, that was like, it was like a new beginning. It has upgraded and changed my life in a big way of movement, you know, upgrading. Community housing, it's when I say upgrade, that like you go up, you build up. You can go up a step higher every time if you pursue it. You know, they give you doors to go through.
Which
now,
family?
so you don't want to miss it. You want to get with it, right?
Isn't that great? Wow. Jerry, you were wonderful. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of the program, and while we're sad to say goodbye to you, as I stand next to the boss, the man who keeps everything together, we hope you are happy, entertained by the outstanding performances from our residents tonight. We are grateful that you took the time out of your evening to mark this milestone achievement of 30 years of community housing partnership with us. It was just wonderful, great to be able to celebrate and enjoy the stories and the performances from our residents alongside you, the supporters, the champions of our work.
Well, I'd be remiss if not giving a great thank you to you, David.
You're quite welcome, Rick.
Well, we're all very grateful. As you know, Dave has done this many times in the past, and we're very glad that he's joined us tonight, as he has in the past as well. But I want to give a thank you to everyone out there who's continued to support Community Housing Partnership. We've seen time and again how generous and dedicated our supporters are. Even tonight, we've been tallying some of the gifts you've given today, and you're really surprising us in a very positive way. And that's what makes it possible for us to do and to continue the work we do to transform lives. You heard some of the stories tonight. Those are just a handful of stories amongst the 1,900 folks who live with us. We have some big projects coming up in 2021 that we're very excited about, and we're going to share that information with you. So please, if you haven't already done so, sign up on our email list, go to our website, just learn about some of the new things that are already in the pipeline that are coming to try to solve the problem. And connect with us on social media to make sure you stay in the loop. But before we leave, I too get to have one final wish. Let me do that. And so I'm going to wish for another 30 years here at Community Housing Partnership. And in 30 years, God willing, if I can get to join as Paul Bowden and the others did, who started us 30 years ago, housing won't simply be something we advocate for, but it will be a right that everybody will be able to experience and have a place to live throughout the San Francisco Bay Area. So thank you so much. Thank you, Dave.
Yes.
And happy birthday, Community Housing Partnership.
Bravo, and it's so good to have the right person at the top. That's really important. Okay, well look, that's just about going to do it for us. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have not donated, you can do it because that text to give number is going to be live for a while, so please donate what you can. Help us reach that goal of $30,000. We're so close, Rick, so close. We've had a fantastic evening with you, and we hope you enjoy the rest of this week. And as a special treat, I know you like good music, you want to dance, so I hope you enjoyed this rendition of Jerry's New Orleans-inspired Happy Birthday as we get ready to march on out. Good evening.
Imagine it's a second line and you get to give.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.